right now. All right. So thank you so much for tuning in. We will start with the fundamentals of the week. And before we start with the fundamentals of the week, we had some other fundamentals that we had over last week, which we need to go through them and also be able to do it. Be able to check on them and how did the market react to them. So I will actually check on the USD. I usually love checking on the USD red folder news most of the time so that I can filter out and get whatever that I actually want. So let's apply that filter. So we had Joel's open on Tuesday last week, which came out negative for the dollar. It had a dollar which was weaker on that day. Then ADP and farm. Now this is where things got interesting on Wednesday and also on Wednesday actually on Wednesday, the entire Wednesday from 3:15 we had a bullish dollar. ADP and farm employment change came out positive for the dollar. The dollar started pumping. Also the same on Wednesday, we had FOMC, which as expected and how we were expecting it to be the data to come out, it was actually bullish, and the rates were maintained, and we didn't have any rate cuts. Okay, but another thing, instead of Trump having a dovish tone, he had a hawkish tone, and the hawkish tone made the dollar also to keep on doing what? To keep on pumping. Okay, I had highlighted over in the group the difference between dovish and hawkish tone, the difference between the two. All right, then over on Thursday, we had core PCE, employment cost index, and employment change. Thursday, it was a bit relaxed. Then on Friday, 1st of August, now this is when we were shocked because since Wednesday and also Thursday, the dollar was bullish, and we were even expecting actually NFP data to come out actually much greater. But to shock everyone in the entire world, the job creation sector is not doing quite well for the month of July. So it came out, the numbers came out lower than expected, and this was actually shocking. And with this data, this is when we had gold pumping over 500, 600 pips. We had GU pumping, and also we had AU and EU also pumping, and also stocks indices, they were also dumping, and the USD XXX pairs, they were also dumping. So that's one. So the dumping on Friday was serious, and the dollar was very bearish over on Friday. I will come to it. So it's important we equally understand that the job creation is not doing quite well, and also ISM manufacturing PMI came out also negative. So we will check on what we will have over during this week. Okay. So that's on the fundamentals for last week. So the weekly candle was very bearish for the dollar, but we're going to check it out over in a few. Then we have now the fundamentals for this week. Okay, from 4th till 8th. And for the USD only, because I've decided to filter them out, for the USD, we have Tuesday, ISM PMI, and also an employment claim. So it's going to be a very polite movement for the dollar. But let me just add all other pairs that we really are interested in. And Monday is going to be a good day also. No USD news. We're going to have them on Tuesday and also on Thursday. All right, then Tuesday, ISM for the dollar at 5 p.m. Then Wednesday, NSD news. We are, for me, I'm usually not interested in NSD or AUD news. Then 2 p.m. On Thursday. So this is going to be an interesting day for pound traders. I am a pound trader and I love trading the pound, especially GBPUSD. And this day we're going to be having a bank policy report, which is going to be a very crucial report for the pound. So it's going to give us the whole picture of what we'll be expecting for the pound, okay, for the entire probably month or this week. Let's say just this week. Then Thursday, same Thursday, USD unemployment claims, then Friday card. So technically or fundamentally, let me just use the word fundamentally, we are not going to be having a very heavy red folder or economic activities for this coming week. So we're going to be tested technically. So if you're good at technicals most of the time, this week is going to be for you, because Monday, no red folder news for USD. Tuesday, we have it. Wednesday, no red folder for our major pairs that we trade. Thursday, we have it. Then Friday, no. So it's just Tuesday and Thursday. So it means Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, we are going to be tested technically. So if you're good at technicals, that means this week you're going to be doing what? To be earning some good amount of money. So I understand last week was not a very good week for some of you, or for the most of you, and that's why you guys are here this week and you want to make some good amount of money. All right. So I will start with the dollar index, and I will start with the monthly time frame, just because we are done with the monthly time frame, with the monthly candle. And on the daily time frame, what I'm seeing is simple and clear. Let me just do this. It's simple and clear. The market for last month closed with an engulfing candle, took out June's low. So last month's candle took out June's low, then it became bullish. And once it became bullish and we had an engulfing candle, it means that now this market is bullish and we are going where? We are going higher, okay? We are going to the top. So that's what I'm seeing. Another thing, we're having a monthly FVG, an overlapping also FVG, I usually call it a BPR, where I'm likely going to see that this is going to be my draw on liquidity, where I'm going to be expecting this market actually to come to. So this is the area around 102, from 102.1000 to 103, 150. So that's the zone where I'm likely seeing where the market is going to go. So so this is the monthly candle. It started out with a bearish tone, but I'm likely seeing that this monthly candle will actually close bullish. So this is a bigger picture that I'm currently seeing. But as much as, yes, we had the job creation being so low for the NFP data, and also probably DXY is continuing to be its bearish trend, it's equally important we check it on a higher time frame and you see where the market actually is heading to. So after liquidity was grabbed from the low of June's candle, and we had an engulfing candle, so I'm yet to seeing this candle being made at least 50% of this candle before we do what? Before we move even further higher. So that's my likely anticipation. I'm having a bullish bias on a monthly time frame. Then I'll come to the weekly time frame. We see what we are having, so that at least we are on a better page. So on the weekly time frame, yes, the market closed with a very big rejection from above. Yes, you understand that NFP data came out negative, and with that negative market, with that negative economic data, we had a very big rejection from above. Okay, so this is not to scare you totally. This is not to scare you totally. This is just to give you a guidance on where the market is. So on the weekly time frame, what I'm seeing is the likelihood of probably this week's candle just to open. We are having a change in state of delivery. That's 1, 2. This can act as our order block on a higher time frame. Okay, where the market, I'm seeing the market probably coming back to this zone. Okay, then probably have a push to the upside, because how the price action actually closed over this region is actually a good and clean price action. I will say this is a clean price action over on the dollar, and actually it played out so well. So the first things I will talk about is this market was bearish, okay, and after, you guys understand, when if you've been into this Sunday analysis session, I've been telling you about how this market closed over last month's candle. The last week of June's candle, how it closed, how we opened, how the last week's candle actually closed. This was the last weeks of the last week of June's candle. It closed by sweeping the low of the previous week's candle. Then it had an engulfing candle, pushed even higher. Market came to this FVG, weekly FVG, cleared it away, okay, tapped into this order block, which was a clean order block actually. And then from there, what we saw is a push to the upside. So I'm likely seeing that a scenario whereby we can be able to do what? We can be able to continue pushing even higher. But the first scenario I'll be expecting is one where the market is going to do what? The market is going first to tap into this. So this candle is going to act as our order block. That's the first thing that I'm likely seeing. And then the market is going to come to the weekly OB, tap into it. Then from there, we can move where? Higher, because I'm expecting this external range liquidity actually to be taken out. So the market decided to flirt with it, decided just to come close to it, and then all of a sudden it closed bearish. So we'll come to the daily, we see what we're having. So on the daily, we are seeing that we're having a daily FVG where this can act as a good area or a liquidity zone where the market actually is currently eyeing to. That's what we call drawn liquidity for the ICT traders. So that's what I'm likely seeing for today. Okay, for this week, sorry, for this week, whereby this market can come. So this is the daily FVG. This is on higher time frame. The market can decide to come to this zone. All right. We understand and we know for the FVGs, they can actually be filled either partially, halfway, which we call the consequential encroachment, or they can be filled fully, or those are the three instances. So we are waiting for this market actually for the daily candle to close, come into this area. If it gives us a push to the upside, we are going to understand that now this zone is going to act as a good area to push the market higher, and we go above. But if it closes like this candle that we had for last week and closes somewhere here, and it closes even below this area, just understand and know that we have turned into a bearish market and it's no longer bullish. So this is just whatever happened last week. It's not to scare you that now we have turned into a bearish market. Not really, unless this daily FG is going to be consumed fully and the market even closes below it. That's when I will understand now we are actually bearish. But the news is just to grab liquidity. That's what I'm seeing. Grab or consume liquidity. This is where liquidity is. This is going to be our drawn liquidity, and we're going to push even higher. Please, if you have any questions as I'm presenting and you guys are following through, please, you can ask your questions. You can go to the comment section and actually ask your questions, and I'll be there to answer all your questions. I understand today we are fewer because we're using Zoom and not whatever we've been used to, but nevertheless, we need to be able to record these sessions and also post them in our library. So this is H4. This is the last area I'm going to be checking. So this was my demand where I was checking where probably this market can come to, but actually this is more of inducement for us. So we're yet to see this low being taken out first. So this is going to act as more of liquidity. Okay, I believe this market is going to push further even lower. But now the interesting part is we're having a very big FVG that is actually here that needs to be filled before the market pushes even lower. And we have a lower demand zone that is actually here that needs also to be done what? To be grabbed or to be filled. Before now we do what? We push to the upside. So we have two scenarios. So I'll be waiting how the Monday's candle is going to open and close will tell me if this market is interested in coming to this FVG before we push lower. Okay, or if it is interested in coming fast to this demand area so that at least we can push even higher, the market to come to this FVG to create a pullback move, then we push even further. So those are the two scenarios I'm expecting. I won't actually lie on one side because this is the market and I'm not a market maker. I am just a financial analyst and advisor, and I usually speculate where the market might move, but after we see a reaction. So don't react. We usually say that don't react before the market reacts. Okay, it's as simple as that. Don't react before the market reacts. So that's what I'm seeing. So there's a demand zone that is actually here. So let me just mark it out on the H4. Then we're having an FVG, H4 FVG that I am yet to see that is going to be filled. So I'm waiting for two instances, either the bearish FVG to be filled first, so that it can go lower, excuse me, or the demand area to be tapped into, then we push even higher. So those are the two areas that I'm seeing where the market can actually do what? Can actually react from. But we will wait for the market to actually open, and then once it closes tomorrow, I'm going to be seeing a scenario whereby probably if it's interested in the bearish FVG or this demand area, okay? The demand has an FVG above it, a likely and a very good demand area, and this is going to be a good area where we can probably expect the market to react from. But how the market closed on the H4, I believe the market is going to open and even be bearish and continue the bearish trend. Mondays always offer continuations of how last week's markets actually closed. That's how I've been able to see the markets. So let me come to EURUSD. We check it on the monthly also. We do a top-down analysis over on the same, and we see what we have. Okay, so we'll do EU and GU, and I'm seeing my analysts, they are in. I am seeing Sam is in also, and who else? Yeah, I see Dean is also in. All right, let me make some people some co-host. I see Edwin also in. Dorothy, Derek, karibuni sana, welcome. Yeah. All right. You guys have funny names, but you need to change. All right, so let me make some of you some co-hosts so that at least, sorry for that. Chat rename, no. So I'll make you an admin, but I'll see how. We are shifting. Shifting is actually not easy, but we are going to be there. I see Ivy. Ivy, welcome. I also see Moses. You guys are in. Thank you for being in. So let me just make some of you co-host. Okay. Sorry for that, but we'll see what we can do. So let's start on EU. We see what we're having on EURUSD on the monthly. Now, on the monthly time frame, something similar, but not that similar. This market has been bullish. I even said since the beginning of the year. Since the beginning of the year, January's candle gave us a doji, more of like a doji. And that's where we had the reversals from. And since then, the market has never looked back. It has been bullish. But last month's candle over in July, and this is something that I even mentioned earlier, that probably, just probably, the first half of the year has just ended with the second half of the year. And just probably, this is just a speculation that EU, GU markets, they might be bearish the entire of this second half. That's something that it needs to be debated on. I am not a market maker, as I said. I'm just a financial advisor. But how I'm speculating it might actually happen or it might not. But how last month's candles closed and how this month's candle is going to close, it will give us a reflection of whatever is going to happen, because this candle is just how many days old? Around it was a 1 day candle actually, because ilifunga on that was on Friday, on 1st of August. So this is just a 1 day candle, but we are on third. So tomorrow's candle, as we continue, it's going to be building the monthly candle. And I'm seeing a scenario, if this candle is going to mitigate 50% of this candle and we close bearish, we are going to be bearish on EU for the rest of the year. That's my speculation. But understand that we have been very, very bullish. Okay. This is the monthly candle. We didn't have an engulfing candle, nevertheless, but we are likely seeing that this candle, after it consumed 50% of this, it's going to act as a good support prices higher, much more possibly we can have that. So that's on the monthly. I usually don't love actually analyzing on the monthly because it takes a long time. So I just love checking on the imbalances. We can see that this market is balanced. The only thing that we're having is a monthly FVG that is actually here. It's a good area, but unrealistic. This is not an area that we need to have eyes on currently or now. Okay, then we have what we have on the weekly. Now, interesting stuff that happened over on the weekly is that the market closed bearish, but with a very big rejection from below, signaling that we're having a lot of pressure to push this market where? Sorry for that, to push this market even higher. So we are seeing a scenario of where this market can actually do what? Can actually pump even higher. So we are expecting this next week's candle, actually. There's a lot of pressure from below. After this candle took out a low, an old low, we are seeing now the market did what? Close with a very big rejection from below. So what we're expecting is on the weekly, the markets to open. It might decide to mitigate this week or not, or it might decide to go even above. But let me just reduce this, so because this has already been mitigated. So this market has been bullish ever since we started the year. It has been bullish, and it has been bullish, respecting bullish PD arrays. But now we might be shifting structure, but let's see what we're going to be having. So on the weekly, this can act as our order block right there. All right, that's one. Two, this week's candle, if it opens and comes to this order block, so this is the entire OB. Okay, so it's not necessarily have to tap on that entry and just leave a wick. So it might tap into it. Then if it closes bearish, now this is going to be our sell-side liquidity where we're going to be targeting this market. If not, we are going to be pushing where? To be pushing further. Always and always, I usually tell you guys, if you have your analysis well at the beginning of the week, and you align with higher time frame, and also you align with how market makers, or let me call them the smart money, or what they are having or their eyes are eyeing to, you're going to make money. But if you have a different analysis, the entire week you're going to be making losses, unless you're a flexible trader and you allow the market actually to do what? To tell you what it's likely going to happen. That's the only way that you're going to be making money. But at the end of the day, what I'll be doing is I'll be waiting for this Monday's candle, tomorrow's candle. How it's going to open and close will give me a good scenario of how the market is going to behave. Because right now we are still having, we are still waiting. But how technically how I'm seeing this market, it's going to behave. It's very simple. Moses, your mic is on. Let me just mute you. A good scenario is this: the market to tap to this OP, then we drop even lower. So let's come to the daily. We see what we're having. So I will maintain this OP on the daily time frame only, or on the weekly also, so that we can be able to be together. So on the weekly time frame, actually it's funny because now bearish FVGs have not been respected, but we're having a premium FVG which is actually here, where we're expecting probably this market to come to before it decides to drop. Okay, how this market is going to open, we have just probably this is an inverse FVG. So this market can open, tap into this area of an inverse FVG, come to the daily FVG. Also, this is going to be an order block, then continue dropping. So we're having a lot of scenarios, and these scenarios are not actually quite good. The only thing that can guide us is Monday's candle, how it's going to open and how it's going to close. Okay, so that's why you hear most of the mentors or people who trade professionally, they usually avoid Monday, because Monday's candle is a manipulative candle. It might be a fake out. It might be a good movement for the market. So it's usually speculative. But how it's going to open and close, it's going to give us room to, and it's going to give us a story of probably what the market is going to do for the entire week. Okay, so it's going to be bullish or it's going to be bearish. So those are the things that I'm going to be looking out for. Okay, so this is the daily. I'm expecting this to be our drawn liquidity, and then we continue dropping. If not, this packet is going to go all the way up. Okay, so that's one. And then we're having an inverse FVG, which is actually here. So each and every day, we usually have these sessions over from Tuesday to Friday, from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. on the private VIP community. And from there, that's when we analyze the market, all of us, and we can be able to get what some good entries over for the week. And that's how we become profitable traders. So if you're interested, you can hit me up. I'll guide you over on the same. So let's come to the H4 also. And we see what we're having on the H4. So we had a supply zone that I was having some eyes on, and I was seeing probably this market can actually come to. But before then, let me make sure that this daily FPG is visible on H4. Then we are good. So that's what we are having. Okay, so this is where I'm expecting this candle, this market to come to, because now it has nullified our bearish sentiments for now. So we are having a very big FVG that is actually here. Okay, it's a very big one, and this is going to become a bullish FVG. Probably the market can come tap into this zone. Okay, then we go higher. Let me make sure my screen is actually visible, and each and every one of you guys can be able to see. So that's better. So to this area, then from this area we can push higher to this daily FVG. It can decide also to come to the supply, then we can push lower, and this zone is going to act as our drawn liquidity. So that's the first scenario that I'm being able to see. If not, we might expect a push. See, from this zone here, we might expect a push, and we might even go higher, then come back, tap into this FVG, create a pullback, then we continue going lower. So we're having two kind of scenarios, but the best scenario, which I'm actually having some good eyes on, is a push, just a continuation. So don't expect this market to become bearish all of a sudden. It closed very bullish, and I'm expecting the bullish continuations for Monday to continue even going higher. Then let me just come to the H1. We see what we're having, so that we can be able to have some good analysis. Now, most of the times, yes, we usually say that this is going to be our supply, but you guys understand that this demand zone, for it to be filled on Monday, it's going to be very hard. Okay, for it to be filled on Monday, it's going to be very hard. This is going to be our supply, which was taken out. We're not interested in it. Also, same to this. Okay, so we'll delete this, and I'll make sure we are now safe. Okay, so the market came and took out this high, so meaning that we are now bullish. We had a market structure shift, or a change in we had a change in what? We had a change of character. Equally, that's what we had. So whenever you hear me mama, it's because I'm allowing guests to come in. At the same time, I am having content. So I'm doing admin's work and a tutor's work. So don't worry. That's where we have. So that's our market structure shift. And I'm actually loving Zoom. Zoom is actually quite good. So this is where we're expecting the market to come to. Realistically, this is going to act as our inducement zone. But this market, the likelihood of it coming to this zone, okay, and pulling back over on Monday, it's actually quite low. Okay, coming back here, then we have the continuations for the buys. Actually, it's quite low, and I'm so sure most of you have this. Okay, most of you even have refined it to this OB that is actually here. But with the continuation for the buys, what I'll be doing, I'll be waiting for Asian session to close, then London to open. Okay, when London opens, this is what I was seeing. Okay, so these are risky buys, but they can actually act so good. So this area, see this zone, that actually where the market actually pulled back to, and then the market actually pushed even higher. For the continuation of the buys, this is what I'm likely, or I'm yet to see, a continuation of these buys. Okay, so this area can act as a good inducement zone, so the market to come back to this area, okay, push even higher before now we have what? The pullback, okay? And this pullback, it might happen or it might not, okay? And where the market, as I said, is going to, it's going to the daily FVG. So I know this is very, very risky, okay? But the only thing that you're going to enter through or to enter with is just with confirmation candlesticks, okay? So I hope I'm clear with that. So this is going to be very risky, and this is what I'm going to be having eyes on. Just a continuation. If this market is going to pull back, this is an FVG, this is an order block clean one. The market did have a break of structure. Yes, just a little one, okay? Just a tiny one. So probably, and how the market closed, okay, we might expect some drop. If this one is not going to hold, just understand now the market is interested in this clean demand area where the market had this reaction from over on Friday, the NFP move, and this was the news that happened at 5 p.m. What was it about? Can the mind be over there when we had even a big push also, continuation over there. So this is what I'm having some eyes on, okay? Mondays, they don't give us those these kind of setups, okay, where we're expecting the market to come to and continue. So probably Tuesday or Wednesday, this is where we can have it, okay? The market actually landing to our demand so that you can even push even higher. So that's one. If you're good and you're clear, please give me those reactions. I see if we are following and if we are good, all of us. So there's a area where we have some reactions. I know this is new. Kevin, I see you. Javan, Dean, Galaxy A02, I see you guys. Thank you so much. Derek, Dorothy, Mugoi. All right, I see you guys. Thank you so much. So let's start with the monthly time frame. Over on GBPUSD. Sam, I see you. Ivy Smile, I see you. Thank you so much. That's amazing. That's amazing. That's amazing. So let's continue. Okay, how many are we? We are 27. That's not bad. All right. Now, GBPUSD is giving us a different scenario, where we are now, we had an engulfing monthly candle. This candle looks so bearish, and the market is very, very bearish. The price action actually started for the bulls over in January. And as I told you, since January, the market has been bullish since January till June. June, it's the month of the 7th month. How many? Yes, the 7th month. May, June, yes, 5, 6, 6th, the 6th. May inakwanga 5th, okay? So the 6th, which is June, then July, mwezi wa saba. So the first half of the year actually is actually quite accurate. So for the first 6 months, the market has been bullish. As I said, just eka some stars somewhere, we might be bearish the entire year, okay? We might be bearish the entire year. This is on the monthly time frame. Probably some of you won't agree with me, some of you will agree with me, but this is the market. The market are very explosive markets. They can react from anywhere. And what I was likely seeing is a scenario whereby, excuse me, this market can come to this monthly. So this is going to be acting as our order block, come tap into the monthly OP, then we continue dropping. I hope that's clean on the monthly time frame. The only area I'm seeing where the market can react from, or probably it's interested in, is this FVG. It's a tiny one, but it's on a monthly FVG. Probably, just probably. Okay. The only thing that Ivy, I see you, and I know you're a gold. GBPUSD trader. Just probably we might have a tap to this monthly FVG. That's a scenario I'm seeing. Price action all over here has been very, very balanced. It's very fair valued. That's the word I'm supposed to use. So we don't have any imbalances over here. We had a sweep of this low. Market started being bullish, and probably, just probably, the market can come and land into this monthly FVG, close either partially, 50% or fully, then we continue going higher. Another area where we usually look for entries most of the time is on the wicks, especially the wicks, especially on this area. See, this area can act as a good area for more buys. So those are called liquidity types of entry, more of like type 1 or a type 2 liquidity setups. Okay, so that's where, because this is on the monthly time frame, hatuwezi tafutia entry on the monthly order block on the tip. So we need to find it somewhere, especially on these rejections. So that's one. That's a likely scenario where I'm expecting the market to come to this OB, then we continue lower, or it might be interested in coming to the monthly FVG and closing even above, then we go even higher. So two things can happen there. So we are sitting in a very dangerous zone. Then another thing that I even told you, GU even started showing signs early enough that this market is bearish. We had a weekly FVG that where the market came, tapped into it, closed fully on the FVG, and FVG is just an imbalance where the market is likely attracted to, and usually we call them magnets. The market came, cleared it away, and you can see how the market closed with a very big rejection from above, showing that now this market is very bearish. And last week's candle closed even bearish, but we had some push to the upside. So we're going to see what we're going to happen for this week. So already we have closed this candle. So this candle was giving us a lot of worries. Okay, see this candle, this big engulfing candle that even gave us a break of structure. We had a lot of imbalances. We were seeing where we can probably have an entry. It was around this area, but already this low has already been taken out. Okay, this low has already been taken out, and I'm seeing now we are damn bearish on GBPUSD. That's the first scenario. So as much as we have been trading on GBPUSD and we've been looking for buys for the first year. So there's what we usually call PDRAs. Okay, and whenever the market respects bearish PDRAs, especially on the higher time frame, this gives you a bigger picture that now we might be bullish or bearish. But now because of G is respecting bearish PDRAs, it shows us that we are now bearish. Okay, what's the likely scenario that can happen on the weekly? Probably to come above, tap into this candle that can act as our OB and continue dropping, and this is going to be our sell side liquidity and our draw on liquidity. This market is actually very fair valued. We don't have any balances on the weekly time frame. So that's one. So that's the likely zone. When we come and drop lower to the daily time frame, okay. So the purpose and the major part and the major thing that we usually do for our Sunday live analysis is simple. So it's not just to give you entries, and it's not just to give you signals, and it's not just to show you what we are having eyes on or probably setups. No, it's just to guide you on how you can trade by yourself. Okay, get quality setups by yourself, and also do what? Fish for yourself. So that's the purpose. And this recording is going to be posted in our library. I will share the link once it has been posted so that you can go through it and also assist you over on the same. Now, GBPUSD tapped into a daily demand or OB, and we can see whenever we have our area of interest, we have a sweep, and already we had an engulfing candle showing you that we have a market structure shift, a change in set of delivery, or a change of character on lower time frames. This gives you a scenario where this market is going to do what? To become bullish, and this is going to be a drawn liquidity, but this is going to act as a good OB for you guys who are trading GBPUSD and in the buys. Please hold on to them. This market can give us some short-term retracement, then actually push even higher. So probably, just probably, we've been looking for buys on wrong areas. This was the first area we were looking for buys because this was the area that had what? A push, a break of structure. But actually that acted as an inducement. The market disrespected that zone. And now what did we do? We just remained positive. Now the market came to where we had a lot of manipulation and accumulation zone. Accumulation came back there. We had a break. We had a pullback to that zone. Then the market decided to dump even further. These were clean sells. Okay, these were clean sells that actually happened. And for me, yes, as much as I was looking for the buys, I missed on these sells, and this was over 400 pips. And you know what 400 pips can do to you and to your account. if you're a serious trader. 400 pips is a lot. It's a lot. Okay, so this market has tapped into this demand. We have seen already a reaction, and what we are now having eyes on is more bullish sentiments and more bullish reaction to happen. So this is what has happened on the H4. Now for the H4, now this is now giving us a good, clean price action actually. But the problem that has happened is that this market has already tapped into this FVG, and we have seen a movement already. Okay, so this is the H4 fair value gap. We have already seen a reaction, but actually we are going to look for more. This is on the FVG on the H4. So that's what we're having. We had a supply zone. Probably this supply zone won't hold, probably will hold, but for now we're interested in this area. Okay, so first things first, now this is going to act as relative equal highs, the market where it reacted from. So this is going to be our first drawn liquidity. That's one. All right. If only and only if this video is not tapped, we could have looked for an entry on this particular area. But more or less, this, when we come to the 30 and 15, will act as an inducement. We're going to look for more entries over here. So let's come to the 1 hour. We check. See. So the first thing is I had some sales setups that I had. So for now, this is not going to hold for now, but I'll be having eyes on this zone. Okay, because it was a good zone sweep, clear break of structure. We had an OB that was left there in this main zone. Now, how the market is pulling back is actually quite dangerous, and that's why I'm seeing this supply zone not actually quite holding. So the right area where we can look for more buys is over on this area. So this is default. Okay, but on the H4, the market has reacted on the H4. H4 FVG. So remember that. All right. Then this is going to act as our inducement, as I said earlier. So most of the time I've been able to see this happening most of the time. So the right actually reaction that we are actually waiting for is a pullback. Okay. Probably react higher than this area to act as a more inducement. Coming to this area, then we see a good reaction and we dive into the buys. So this is the most likely scenario. But for Monday, I'm not seeing that kind of price action happening. Okay, so what I'll be having eyes on is a continuation of the buys. Okay, not on this zone, but on this zone to push us even higher. So for some quick scalps, let me come to the 15 minutes time frame. So I know this is risky, but we usually say no risk, no Ferrari. But I will only react after I have seen a reaction. Okay, it's quite risky how the market actually closed. So most of the time you're going to see this happening on Mondays. I've said on Monday, don't do this on Tuesday. So where the market can come back to this zone, we push even higher, okay, and higher. And from here now we can decide, is this supply zone going to hold to push us below to this demand, or we are going to pierce through this area? Because most of the times you have seen demand zones like these ones, which are actually A+ demand zones, not actually being filled. Because on the H4 we have filled the FVG. So the likelihood of the market coming back to this demand actually that happened is actually quite rare. And with the fundamentals actually happening and Trump tweeting and trade talks happening left, right, and center, don't expect those A+ setups. Just check where the market reacted from recently. Okay, that's what I've been doing, where the market reacted from recently. Okay, whenever you see a reaction, especially on the 5 or on the 15 minutes, please dive into that trade. It's going to be a good trade, and have your stop loss. Have what you call not a subjective stop loss, an objective stop loss. So this is the first case scenario that I'm likely seeing. Okay, push to the upside from this area if the market is going to have a good reaction from some scalps kidogo to just push the market. We have now a clean break of structure on this particular area. We have these relative equal highs being taken out. Then from there, the market can decide to react from here. Okay, and this is going to give us now a good and clean inducement zone, where now if the market is going to come back to this zone, this is going to be an inducement zone. So you need to understand how the market actually builds up. So we have had a move consolidation, an impulsive move pullback, but this pullback never came back to this area. This acted as an inducement, so I'm waiting for a continuation of the buys, push even higher, then we can come even lower now for the pullback. That actually happens over on Tuesday and Wednesday. We know and understand that Tuesday, Wednesday is usually create the high or the low of the day, so that's what we're going to be expecting. Then on Thursday, now probably on Wednesday, on Thursday, so this is where the market can land on this demand, and we have that big push that can give us around 5 to 6 R. If you're good and we are clean, it's 8:55. Please give me those reactions if we are good. So this is a first case. So these are risky buys, but these are mid-risk buys. Okay. Okay. So Derek, Kevin. Okay. Thank you so much. Dean, Galaxy, Javan. So please go and rename your names so that I can see. Mimontari. Jina yako inakuanga ngumu. But either way, thank you so much for being here. Lobby, thank you so much. Sam, you're in now. Thank you for that reaction. I'll invite you over and you talk about gold and tell us, did you catch the buys on gold last week on Friday? And what happened to gold? Because that's not a reaction that we were expecting. So, Sam, can you unmute your mic?
So, can you hear me? How are you?
You can hear, but I'm hearing you with a very low voice. Sijui kama ni mimi on my side, but that's what I'm hearing.
So, unasikia?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know if you can share your screen.
Let me.
Is it possible?
Can you see?
Yes.
Now you can see.
Yes.
Okay. So, how are you? How is everyone? I trust everyone as well. Thank you, Benji, for this opportunity. So, for gold, so let's start on the monthly. So, last week or last month's candle was the bearish candle. This is a bearish candle. And from what I suspect, this could be an order block, a monthly order block, but time will tell. So as you can see, price is going up. This has been there. This is the Fibonacci that I used to mark this week, this long candle, the week of this candle, or the tail of the candle. So there's this one and this one, but I'll show you. So you can see it didn't go through completely. So I am anticipating a scenario where price is going to come, take out first. That's last month's high, the previous month's high, and the all-time high. But since this is a monthly candle, this can take time. So I just go to weekly. On the weekly, nothing much, but if you can't hear me or can't see, just tell me.
Ni mimi peke yangu simsikii vizuri ama it's everyone, because I'm not actually hearing him quite well. I want to see some reactions ama someone typing in and telling us.
Simsikii vizuri pia.
Derek?
Simsikii vizuri pia. I don't know if the issue ni mic yake ama.
Okay. So Sam umeambiwa uongeze. I can't hear him well.
Okay.
Much better. If you're using some Bluetooth devices for your mic or earphones, you can decide to.
How is it? How is the volume right now?
Iko 50%. Tebu ongeza kidogo.
Okay, kidogo.
Amsha watu kwa nyumba.
Niko full.
Ama ukaribie laptop. But you can see your screen quite visible.
How is the volume inside?
We are straining to hear you. We can hear you, but we are really straining.
And now, you see, I'm trying to change the settings.
But just continue. We will struggle with it. Content ndio ya maana. But try to adjust.
So I'm not scared. How is it now?
Watu wanakuambia utoe earphones.
Umetoa?
Nisikia?
Much better.
You can hear.
Much better.
Much better. Okay. So like I was saying, let me start where I was. On the monthly, I was saying price this candle, last month's candle, I suspect it could be a bullish order block for the higher time frame for monthly, but since this is monthly candle, we'll wait and see what will happen. So but as you can see, we have some relative, there's a high here and there's a high here, which this could be relative highs, which I'm anticipating they could be taken out within this month. The all-time high, maybe not, we'll see once we confirm these two highs have been taken out because they are relatively close. But that is a monthly, so that can take time to happen. So we go to the weekly. So on last week's candle, this candle also, it closed the bearish candle and with a long wick. So as an ICT student, we calibrate or we break down this wick from the high to where the wick started to the high of it or to the low, depending on which candle it is. So you can see I put my Fibonacci from this high to where the opening of this candle is, and that's the 50% mark. There's the 25, which coincides with the monthly. So we go now to a lower time frame. So last week, what happened on gold is, as I was saying, because of NFP, there was that NFP really changed the dynamics for gold, because you can see gold last week on Friday during the NFP, it just decided to buy. Ilisema ni kuenda. So you can see it closed with a very long bullish candle. It's bullish. You can see, it's a green candle. So for this week, so that's this is on the daily. So on daily, there's an order block. There's this order block that formed on Friday. Then there's this volume imbalance, which was a daily. It was a daily bearish volume imbalance. Now, which could act now as an inverted bullish to push prices higher. So on the daily, there's nothing much, just that. So on H4, now on H4 is where now we see a lot of things. You can see all these order blocks that have that on my charts, and then there's this fair value gap. This fair value gap. This candle, this one candle that went all the way up and left this inefficiency. So these are bullish fair value gap. So for this week, what I'm anticipating, depending on how price opens, it could go higher, test these areas where there are these order blocks and this fair value gap, the daily fair value gap, and then go lower. Or it could decide to go lower to these points, then go higher. So depending on how it opens, it's a 50-50. depending on how it opens. On the H3, you can see there's an order block, and this is what I'm saying. This could act as fuel for it to go higher, so it could come and react from here. Nona, you can see my screen, what I'm talking about. Please respond. Can you hear? Anyone?
Yes.
Okay. So there's this candle, this on H3, which is a bullish order block. On H2, it's also an order block. This one, it's the where I put the H3 and the H2, and we also have the H1. So how price will open today, it could come test this area, then go up, or come and test this area and then use it to invert it now to go lower. So depending on how price opens, it's 50-50. So for gold, all-time, I'm seeing it's going to go higher and higher and take out the all-time high. But for how it opens, depending on how it opens, is when I can give more clarity what might happen next. You can see somewhere where it can, based on where the lines, all these lines that I'm the only one who understands what is happening. It's a 50-50. It can go low or high depending on how it opens, but all time it looks like it's going to go higher and take out the all-time highs. And this is also because of the tariffs that Trump has introduced. So the markets are quite unsure. So gold is usually a safe haven for people. So, and since now the tariffs are in effect, they started on this 1st of August, and I think he delayed them to 7th of August. So depending on how things go, I'm looking at bullish gold. It could go bullish, then go bearish, but yeah, all time, since it changed direction, I can see it going higher. But based on how it opens today, that's when I can. Thank you.
Thank you, Sam.
Questions?
Thank you, Sam. We appreciate your sentiments. We appreciate it quite much, and thank you so much for those sentiments. He's expecting a bullish dollar. A bullish gold, and we're expecting gold to continue pumping even higher. So let me continue sharing my screen so that you can see what I'm actually talking about. Okay, so on GBPUSD. So currently, I love the fact that he went to 45 and he even checked out on this last area that had a break of structure clearly, and quite clearly this market is bullish. If you're expecting this market to come all the way down to this area, it can never happen on gold. I will even take that to the bank. If you're expecting, let me just move this to this area. If you're expecting this market to come all the way down, this is on the H1, all the way down to this area, please, buyers wale wako ndani, please don't close your buys. Hata kama ulienter somewhere here on this FVG, please don't close those buys. This market is very bullish, and I'm not seeing a chance where this market can come at a pull back to this zone and then continue going even higher. That's so unrealistic. It's a good zone, but a very unrealistic zone. I'm having some eyes on this area. This is also a flip where we had a lot of this is on H1 where we had a lot of it acted as a support, acted as a resistance at some point, then this is acting as a support again. So this is what you call a flip zone or a flip side where we can expect the market to come to. That's on a higher time frame. Also on a lower time frame, especially on 30 minutes and also 45. The last area before the break of structure actually happened so well. This is where I'm going to be having some also eyes on. So this is the recent BOS. By the way, if gold is so bullish, inakuwa bullish, just check on the recent break of structure. How gold is going to move currently? It's going to move, okay? Create some pullbacks, move. The area that caused that pullback, wait after to upper area for more buys, for more continuation of buys, because now we are bullish. The price action that was there from June, it has not been good. The market has been just mitigating on this area. No clear price action. Okay, we were able to get some good entries from. I had an entry from 29.78. We pushed even higher, came down. I had another entry that was here, pushed even higher. Since then, the market has been consolidating, and this consolidation is actually not quite good, and it's not actually quite giving. But now we have had a big push. It has been a while since we had this push, so we are waiting for this market to take out all-time highs around 30. Was it 3,500? I'm at 3,450, 3,500. And as I said earlier, and I will keep on saying, gold, we are headed to 4K. So before the year ends, lazima tukuwe tumefika wapi? 4,000 mark. Okay, 4,000 mark. So there are those traders who will wait on the daily, this high to be taken out and again for more continuations. There are assets traders we will be waiting for, will be scalping or taking some quick buys over on this particular areas as we continue pushing higher. But that's my view over on the same. I'm having the same sentiments also with my brother Sam, our ICT trader. Thank you so much. If people have any questions, as I said, please go there on the comment section. We are going to assist you. USDJPY also, I just talk over on it on H4. Just allow me to use H4. I am having our eyes now on this demand that actually caused this market to continue being bullish. This demand, I'm having eyes on it. So for USD JPY traders, this is a move that I'll be expecting. Okay, not on this area. This area is going to act as a smart money trap, but this zone is going to act as a good zone. So that's USD JPY, more sales to come in. Okay, I don't know what happened to JPY pairs. The bank policy rate came out so bullish. JPY also has been dumping. Okay, good job to a good trader anaitwa Musa. I don't know if he's in this meeting, but he has been selling JPY pairs like nonsense, and he has been able to make some good amount of money. I don't know if JPY ni akona shares kule kwa JPY monetary policy committee, because I don't know how he speculated it, but it went so well. He was in sales za EJ, USDJPY, UJ, and also GJ. Kudos to him. If he's here, that's good. If he's not here, no problem. He's going to hear that I actually mentioned him. So what I'm seeing is a likely area, not this zone. This is more of inducement, still relative equal lows. Okay, I'm having some eyes on this zone. Okay, you guys know and understand. If currencies are not playing out so well, I usually go to the JPY pairs. They happen, they move so swiftly. If this zone is going to actually give me more buys, 194.370, I'll actually dive onto this zone or onto these buys, and I'll be holding them, okay, as I continue adding more layers over on the same. All right, so that's what I'm having some eyes on. But I'll have to go over to M15 to check for more continuation. So this zone, I'm having big eyes. This was the last unmitigated zone on a higher time frame on H4, because when in H4 it had a fair value gap. This is where we had a market socket, and this is where the movement started for these buys. Okay, and this is where I'm going to be having some eyes on, because now I cannot enter the sales unless it pulls back to this area, which is unrealistic. So this is the zone that I'll be looking for more buys. On M15 is going to give me a good reaction. I will get in and I'll add more layers as we continue going over above. But if this zone is going to be broken, this low to be swept, I'll be waiting for a sweep of liquidity also altogether. It gives me that change in state of delivery, change of character, I will also get in. So ideally and realistically, it's just waiting for the market to react on this particular level, on that price zone. So I'm having a lot on that area. GJ is one of my favorite pairs. The stocks, NAS and also US30, they've been dumping. And if you are in the sales, they happen so well. The market has been selling the entire Friday. from Thursday paka Friday. That's NASDAQ and also US 30. What you're going to be waiting for is just a reaction, a big reaction, so that you can continue buying. But the market has been falling. For the US 30, it took out the all-time highs, and as expected, and I even tell you guys this every single day. Once an all-time high has been taken out, expect some dumps. Hiyo ni lazima, because liquidity has been grabbed. Now let's wait for liquidity to be grabbed more on the downside, so that this is going to act as a big push. We continue going higher. Another pair that I also need to talk about is which one? I guess I'm done. Is USD CAD. I was looking for short-term buys entries on this pair over on Friday. They happened so well, but they didn't give us a big push. But how the market closed, this was the buys. They were so good. This is an entry I gave out. If you were able to catch these pips and few pips, well and good. If not, nevertheless, we're going to catch more setups over from Monday. So from Monday, how the market is going to open, it's going to be very, very good. Another thing I will let you know about, when you actually combine time and price, this is when you're going to be having more results or good results. Okay, why do I say this? It's very simple. It's because once you combine time is during London and New York session open, and the prices of these big order blocks, you need to check on them. Did they happen on the silver bullet time? Okay, once you combine these two, you're going to be having good results. Okay, and that's we're coming to the end of our session. I know it has been a lovely session. These setups, all of them, I'm going to be sharing them over on my community, on our WhatsApp community, and also on our Telegram community. The video that I'm recording currently, I'm going to post it on our library, and I'll share the link on YouTube also for everyone also to be able to watch and also check on it. That's 2-3 is we are having our events. Okay. Oh, CPI. There's a question that is being asked here. What about CPI on CHF pairs? Well, what can I say? What was CPI? So Smart Trader is the one who's joining us now, and I wanted him to join and talk about BTC. Let's wait and see if we're going to be having him. So we're having CHF CPI. So let me check on it. Oh, on Monday, tomorrow, 9:30. Oh, well, why? Well, what will I say on CPI? Yeah, CHF. Well, quite not sure what will happen tomorrow, 9:30. For those who trade CPI, especially USD CHF, let me check on it very fast. Actually, nilitoa USD CHF on my watch list because I no longer trade it nowadays. I just use it for analysis. But what was the focus and what? Okay, previous 0.2 focus is negative 0.2%. Okay. Okay, so let me do a research on this, then I'll give you more Godwin, okay? Because I'm not even sure about it. Dorothy says key pivot 34, 39, above it expansion towards 35, below it retracement. The question is, will price expand or rebalance? Tell us, what do you think? Wacha nikurudishe hiyo swali. All right, some questions, any other questions? Guess we are good from there. Another thing is we are having our event. I will start doing more campaigns on this. We are having our event here. Eldoret Forex Summit. Let me just share it out over so that you guys can also learn and know about it. And please come, let's learn, let's meet one-on-one, let's network, and let's also meet, and it's going to be more of a meet and greet, and also a forum where we can be able to learn and also see your mentors and also traders, network and learn from them, and be able to do what? To connect with them one-on-one. So it's going to be a very important session altogether. So this is the summit that I'm talking about, Eldoret Forex Summit. I hope you can still see my screen. It's going to happen on 22nd of August, 2025 at Grand Empire Hotel, 5th floor from 11 to 6. Okay, more insights, more strategies, more mentorship. We have three bad traders, very bad traders in Eldoret. We're going to showcase how we usually trade and also be able to show you our platforms and how we've been able to grow our portfolios all together. So come and learn and network. It's going to be free of charge. We're not charging you. We have actually chipped in to pay for everyone, but for the first 100 people only. So there's a link, and I'll share it out also today, where you can register and also be able to come and attend it. If you're within around Eldoret, say from Kakamega, Kitale, Bungoma, Kisumu, Nakuru, you can come. And it's going to be a one day. And if you're having any challenges of coming, please text me. I can assist you also all together. Okay. So that's all. Smart Trader, good evening. How are you? Can you talk about BTC if you can hear me, and also give us some views on the same? And today you're very late. So Smart Trader, are you in?
I'm good.
Okay. We can hear you.
So today I was a bit late because nimekuwa town, hata sijafika bado, niko kwa barabara.
Okay.
So I'll just send analysis after nimefika home. Juu hata sina
no problem. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Smart Trader. He calls himself Smart Trader. He's also actually actually lived to his name. He's a smart trader also, one of the good analyst traders that we have in our community where they can actually come. He's good at BTC and also some with also gold also analysis. So you're going to share your setups also before we call it a day and doze off, so that at least people can be able to get those setups and also be able to do what? To get them, okay? So I hope I'm not forgetting anything. I have been able to tackle all your questions. I am seeing gold. So gold, please, this is the first area I'll be looking for more buys, but this market going to be bullish. I'm seeing a scenario. If this market is going to open with a gap to the upside, okay, somewhere here, that will be good for us, okay? Because we don't understand that the gaps, whenever they are created, they have to be filled. When it's filled and this market gives us a good price action to buy, we are going to buy this market altogether. So let's wait for the market, how it's going to open. As I said, as much as our analysis are going to be good, this market can even decide to open from this gap, okay, down. Okay, and there's so many people who have bought gold over these areas. They are hoping for a gap to the upside, not to the downside. So let's wait and see what we're going to be having. So that's our area of interest, 33.48 for more continuation of buys. This is a good, clean area for more buys, but a very unrealistic area. Gold, I doubt if it's going to come back to this zone on Monday, tomorrow. Okay, unless we're having a very high impact news like FMOC or CPI or NFP, and they have already happened. So we're not expecting this market to come down. So it's up, 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 and up. Target 4K. Okay. So I've not checked on BTC. I will not share those BTC setups. Also, I don't trade US oil. So those are the setups, my currencies, gold, and also indices, and also JPY pairs. That's was my pairs. So if you guys don't have any questions, I would love and I will beg to leave so that I can combine everything and also share these setups also with you so that you can be able to look for these setups. You can decide to wait for the market to open before you sleep, or you can decide to wake up early. Asian session. These are what people in my community like Dorothy, Derek, and Dean do. They usually wake up very early. Asian session, and they look for entries. By London session, they are done. They are back. They are 50, 100, 200, $300 in a Monday, and they have already called it a day. So depends with your lifestyle and how you want actually to catch those pips. Sisi tukiamka just before London, wao washavuna. So at the end of the day, depends with your lifestyle and how you're going to make trading easier on your side. So until there, I want to call it a day. My name is Benji Forex. Thank you so much for being here. It has been a lovely session. May peeps be with you, and asanteni sana for being part of this group. So thank you so much. I appreciate each and every one of you. and be blessed, guys. Maintain those risk management parameters always. Be there with your account, and I wish you all the best in your account. So asanteni sana. Let me share these setups with you in a few. Thank you so much.